It's been a long time. I've been waiting for a long time to be anywhere near you in a conversation at the moment. I was like, hello, give me a stage. Give me a stage and a camera. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
You are mentally unstable.
I think my parents are still worried about it. I think they were worried about it back then.
My dad was very athletic. He did rugby, boxing, cricket, like everything. He was very good at sports. And when he looked at me, he was like, she's going to follow in my footsteps. And then I started running and I turned into an epileptic pigeon.
I'm upset that you got a trainer and it wasn't me, firstly.
I'm sorry.
I would have made it fun.
Uit die TV maar dop. Eendag sien julle my op TV.
No, but I'm just trying to pick it. So you want to be Scarlett Johansson meets Indiana Jones, and have you been?
No. I've never been outside the country.
Have to go to Egypt.
No, I want to. I want to discover a pharaoh.
Why don't we go for a cup of coffee? I was like, no, why don't you go and get your coffee? I'm gonna go home to my cats. And we're gonna be just fine. And I wrote a note. And I told the receptionist, please can you give the notes? when she's coming out, I left here's a note.
Standing behind the door.
I was like.
Because when I'm at the gym, doesn't happen often, but when I am, I look like I just came out of the womb, you know, wet. I mean, I write down here because I'm professional. Hunting Jessica Brock, Kings of Joburg, Sniper, The Watchmaker. Llewellyn.
Sammy.
Welcome to Sammy Hall Studios.
It's been a long time. I've been waiting for a long time to be anywhere near you in a conversation.
Stop it.
No, I'm serious.
Look, I feel like, I just want to say, I can always tell when someone is like really, like people want to help people in the industry. And when I started out, you were one of the first people who really motivated me and were like, you're doing great. Or when it's a bad day and you're just like, no, you're doing great. And I really appreciate that. I think more people in the industry should kind of be there to help lift each other up. I think that's becoming rare. So I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Listen, I did reach out. I remember I actually did a little video before I came here because I said, look, it's true. When you started, I mean, I saw your stuff and I was like, I love your work. Like, I need to talk to you. We need to do an interview. And I'm glad it's taken this long because you've grown so much since I first sent that. I mean, you were brilliant then, and now it's like more brilliant. Like, is that a thing? Is that even a thing? Or is someone going to insult my English? Because
I don't know.
Sir and madam, we don't care.
I'm not the one to ask. No, but I appreciate that. I mean, you are a proper actor. Like, you've been in so many things. And I just thought, yeah, well, what did I do right for someone to find me entertaining?
I can tell you what it is. You're talented. That's what it is. I mean, that's all you have to do.
I wanted to have you on because I think there's so many discussions surrounding the industry and it's really hard to get into the industry. To start out with, is this something that you knew you wanted to do since you were a kid?
I feel like yes. I feel like when I came out the womb, I feel like that was the moment. I was like, hello, give me a stage and a camera. Let's go. Let's do this. I do. From a very, very young age, I want to, anytime I saw a movie, I'd be outside mimicking movies. And my brother and I actually, we made our own home video that took a full high school term. So it started in standard 6 and he was in primary school, and it ended when I matriculated. And we roped all our friends in, and we actually spoke about it the other day. It's like, how did we all just listen to me? And we all did this like every weekend. That's what we did. Everybody was partying. No. We're shooting a film. And yeah, so from a kid's age, I knew.
But that's amazing because now at the end of high school, you could put on your CV, writer, director, producer, actor, and you would not be lying.
Choreographer as well, stunt choreography, stunt coordinator.
I feel like, did you also do shows for your family?
Oh, yes.
Like put up shows. Like me and my cousins used to do that. We would be singing, we would do whole shows, and the family would sit and watch us. And I don't think they enjoyed it, but they pretended to. And then I saw a post the other day that said, if you are someone who performed for your parents when you were a kid, you are now mentally ill. And I was like, that tracks.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
You are mentally unstable.
I think my parents are still worried about it. I think they were worried about it back then.
Yeah.
I think my parents actually had a conversation that we'd watch the thing that we did, and they would look at each other and they'd go like, oh, what
Should we be worried?
What are we going to do with this one?
Yeah.
Like, that one's fine, but this one, I don't know. I don't know.
And I think I can relate to you a lot in the sense of, it seems to me like you are also interested in many things. Because from what I read, because I tried to do my research, but it's not as easy in South Africa as it is overseas. There's not like millions of magazines, and like, I don't think celebrity culture is the same in South Africa than in America, for example. Like, you can't just Google someone and everything comes up. But what I did find is that you were a singer. I did not know that.
I kind of started like
Started with musical theatre.
Correct.
And then you do the acting and like stunt work and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all over the show. I mean, I can't relate to the exercising one. Is there a like award for getting up the stairs without being out of breath?
It's called. No, there's no award.
I wouldn't
there
get
isn't.
it. I wouldn't win the award anyway.
But if there was one, I'm sure I would be in the running.
Would you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
From where I'm sitting, I think you're doing all right.
No.
I was just saying.
No, I'm very out of breath. I was out of breath just by climbing over that cable. So, no, the
you hit it well. You're a great actress.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. The fitness, when did you start getting into that?
Okay, it's a really good question. So I had a nickname growing up, Steve Ribs. I was skinny.
Really?
Literally, it was Steve Ribs. Literally, I was. I'm a trick.
Who's Steve?
He is the guy that's really, really skinny, that you could count every single rib in his body. Steve Ribs. It was apparently a saying that was
I get it.
encapsulated by me.
I thought this was some sort of like another pop culture
No, he wasn't a superhero or anything.
I don't know about.
He was someone you didn't want to be.
Okay.
So, like, I was teased at school. I mean, in matric, I weighed 50 kilograms. My brother was wearing my matric jacket when he was in standard 6.
Okay.
So, yes, that matric. So, it's a grade 12, and he was grade 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I right? Okay.
Standard 6.
Yes.
Yeah, grade 8.
So, and what I did was I just locked myself away. And I trained every day towards the end of my matric year, and it just gave me a new level of confidence. And as I went on, people would ask me things about it, and I would give them tips, and I realized, okay, well, I can monetize this.
Yeah.
Always thinking how we can pay the rent.
Yeah.
And so I did. So I went and did my personal trainers, got my degree or diploma, and then I started working as a personal trainer.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's always been a part of my life because also I've just been very sporty. Even though I was like skinny and looked like I hadn't eaten in months and years, I was pretty good at sport.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I really wasn't picked on at school. Otherwise, I would have school would have been hell.
I feel like everything you're saying, I'm the opposite. Because when I entered grade 1, I was taller than most of the girls.
Really?
And I was born with calves. Like, they were just there. Afrikaner kuite, as I call them.
Afrikaner kuite.
And then my dad was very athletic. He did rugby, boxing, cricket, like everything. He was very good at sports. And when he looked at me, he was like, she's going to follow in my footsteps. And then I started running, and I turned into an epileptic pigeon. I say, you know those stuff in front of tire shops?
Oh, that one.
That's what happens to my body when I start running. I'm terrible at sports.
Okay.
So, opposite. I looked like I could, but I couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I always say, like, you can't look at someone and see whether or not they are healthy. Because there's a lot of people that's much healthier than I am, which I look healthier than them maybe. You can't tell.
I can understand that, and you are right.
Because
you are right.
There's a lot of people who's like skinny-ish
And,
or
and
thinner.
you think that they would be...
But they are out of breath when they walk up the stairs.
Correct.
So you can't tell.
No.
But I don't like exercising.
Okay, so you
I've
have
tried.
you have a love-hate?
No,
You
no
love
love.
to hate?
Yeah, just hate.
Okay, just hate. No, okay, all right. Okay,
I
that's
keep
strong.
waiting. People are like, yeah, but you'll feel so good afterwards. Do you?
You know, I kind of have had a couple of clients that say that. It's like, you know, these happy dolphins that you're supposed to get. I don't get them.
No.
Like, I do.
Yeah.
So, but also, you know, training and exercise for me is also a getaway from the world.
Yeah.
Like it's a Zen moment, it's a Zen space, almost like meditational.
Yeah.
And it's become so much of my life and so much of my preparation for everything. That's like my fallback. It's like kind of, that's me. You know, if I want to have my own time and I don't have space or place to go to be on my own, put the headphones in, and at the gym is where I can be alone.
No, I do get that. But I think it's that sense of instant gratification. I made a video about this the other day. Like, I want to be brilliant at something the first time I try it. That is my curse. Like, I want to...
You don't want to know how to actually build up into being good?
Yeah.
You need to be good when you start.
I want to be good, like, the first time I try something. Otherwise, I'm like, oh, you suck at this. Try something else. And I find the first steps very boring. So I think it's a lot of that, because at the beginning of this year, I thought, no, this is ridiculous. I can't be this unfit. Like, it's starting to be embarrassing.
And then?
So I went and I had a trainer and everything was going well and whatever. But I'm like, okay, so if I stop doing this, then I'm going to go back to out of breathness. So does it ever end? No. I was like, this is stupid. This is dumb.
Okay, well, listen, first of all, I'm upset that you got a trainer and it wasn't me, firstly. Because
I'm sorry.
Like, I would have made it fun.
My trainer was very good. Nothing against
No,
the trainer.
I don't doubt that, but...
I actually thought it would be a fun collaboration, like doing something. But you're in Joburg.
I'll come here. For Sammy Hall. For Sammy... Sammy Hall says I'll be here. Come on.
No, but I think sometimes you just need to do the thing that you don't want to do.
Unfortunately, that does happen.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I hate to do something and I don't know how to do it. I know.
No.
I know exactly that. No. Because I do something that's like exactly what you said. No, I'm suck at this. I don't want to suck at anything. No, I'm not doing this. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
So I do get that.
Yeah. I think it's also when you're interested in a lot of things. At some point, I knew when I was grade 1, we did that speeches of what are you going to be when you grow up?
What were you going to be?
Actress.
Oh.
And I was so dramatic. We had it on videotape. I don't even know. It's gone now. But I was like, hou die TV maar dop. Eendag sien julle my op TV. I was very dramatic about it. And that never went away. Like, I've always wanted to do that. But things added on to that. I want to be an actress and a singer and a guitar player and a photographer, a magazine editor. I want to be an archaeologist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a lot.
Yeah, so that if you're interested in a lot of things, you kind of have to pick and choose. And then you kind of want to be great at everything you try. And then it's like, that's not how it works.
No, but I'm just trying to picture. So you want to be Scarlett Johansson meets Indiana Jones meets everything else. That's...
No, but it goes back and forth. The archaeology thing is because I hyperfixate on stuff. That was during my Egypt phase. I was like, this is fascinating.
And have you been?
No. I've never been outside the country.
You have to go to Egypt.
No, I want to. But I was like, this place is incredible. I want to discover a pharaoh. Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
I could see Sammy doing that.
Samantha Jones.
That exactly. That's got a good ring, right?
As long as I don't have to run away from a boulder.
No, we'll get someone to replace you at that moment. We'll get a stunt double.
Yeah, that's going to be. I'll die. The boulder is going to be faster than me. I'm just talking a lot of nonsense now. But your Superman name. So you adopted that kind of into your life when you beat cancer.
Correct.
And you went through that twice.
Yeah.
When in your journey did you go through this diagnosis?
So it was before everything happened for me. It was like 2000. I'm trying to think now. It's like I try to wipe that memory out of my head. I think around about 2014, 15. So the reason why I went through it twice is because the first time, look, let's just get things like on the surface. So when they discovered it in me, it was by fluke. Because I don't ever go to a doctor, let alone hospital, but I was prepping for a competition overseas, and I passed out in my bathroom. When I got to it, I was like, that's not right. I need to go to, and it was a Saturday, so I went to the hospital, and they took blood tests and stuff like that. On Monday, they called me and said, okay, we need to see you. I'm like, no, I don't like hospitals. Yeah. No, you can just tell me, no, we need to see you. I'm not coming in. It's like you have leukemia. Like we've caught it. Like this is the most earliest moment we could ever catch it. So we need to put you on. We need to get this sorted. So I went on biological treatment first. So that helped, and it went into remission. But like 2-3 months later, it came back. So we had to go through chemo. And I think that point in my life, it was very much a moment that I almost gave up. Literally, there I was at this point in time, not blowing my trumpet, but I was a 2-time world champion, fitness athlete, like countless times in South Africa, and I was diagnosed with this. I just ran away from the world for like a while. People couldn't find me. I was like, no, this is not happening. I was embarrassed. It's a weird thing to say. I was embarrassed. I'm supposed to be this epitome of fitness and health, and I've got this. I'm like, no. And then a friend of mine came to me and said, like, are you a little wuss? Like, you're going to let this, aren't you the guy that says whatever challenges you have, just like The Rock does, just bring it? Like, isn't that you? You're just going to lie in bed and just be a wuss about it?
I love a tough love friend.
Yeah, and like it really was a wake up. I was like, I'm not feeling well. So I don't care. Like you said, just bring it. So why don't you stand up and just bring it and fight this? Because otherwise, what's the point of trying to put out that you can fight anything if you put your mind to it? What's the point of it if you're not yourself gonna try? And that was the turning point for me. And because what I didn't mention, I cut out a very long part of the story, is the chemotherapy was killing me. I was not coping. My body was not adapting to it. The doctors also said, it's not looking good, but you can't stop.
No.
And then I went home, and the funniest thing happened. I went and watched, and it wasn't even one of the better Supermans. It was the one, Superman Returns, with Brandon Ralph in the lead, and I think it was Kevin Spacey played Lex Luthor. And something switched, something turned. It's like the whole thing about Superman being a symbol of hope sat with me. So from that moment on, I was working for Planet Fitness at the time, and our shirts were blue. So I got myself at Mr. Price. I'm just tagging people here. So I got myself these little red hoodies. They were female hoodies, but I got these little hoodies. I cut off the sleeves, and I wore it underneath my shirt. So the hoodie popped out. It's like a mini cape. Yeah. And from that moment on, that's the only colors I wore was blue and red. Like everything I did was blue and red. And my mind changed. By the next checkup I went to, doctor said, "What did you do?" I was like, "I'm just trying to." He said, "You've turned around like completely. Like this is not the same person you saw on your last checkup."
Yeah.
And from that moment on, I mean, one of the things that happened in that process, my parents wanted to come up and visit me. I said, please don't. Like, right now, I need to be and stay where I am. I need to be on this path. And it's not that I don't want to see, but I can't have any distractions on this. I'm set. And if I keep on going this way, I'm going to beat this thing. And that's what happened.
That's incredible.
So in a remission. And then I took that persona. I mean, I'm so glad it caught on. To be honest, like I would give myself the nickname Superman, and people just agreed. I was like, okay, cool. Are you Superman? I'm like, oh, that's me.
Yeah.
So I did that. I took that on because just the Superman is not just a superhero. It's an actual statement. Like in life, as a man or a woman, but as a man, which I am, you choose to be a Superman. You choose to be a Superman to your wife, to your friends, to your family, to everybody around you. You have choices.
Yeah.
You can choose to be better. And that was my choice.
That's incredible. And I think it shows the importance of symbols and symbolism. And it's not that I'm always so careful because, I mean, people can have a great mindset and things would still go wrong. Like, you can't think your way out of every bad situation, but your mindset determines how you get through the bad times or the horrible things, because that's always something to look out for. Like, something's always going to happen.
There's always challenges.
I feel like I sound very negative as a person, but like, things are going to go wrong. That is just
it's life.
And life is very unfair, and it's like, why do I have to go through this thing? But it's always so special to me when people take something that's going on in their lives and they use the symbolism and their mindset to help other people and to start this movement. And I think that's really incredible. And the hoodie and the cape and everything, I think it's...
Look, people thought I was cooked.
No, but it makes sense.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still take that moment in my life as a gift, as a godsend, because the person I was before, in all honesty, if I had to meet him in the street, I'd give him a smack. I would just give him a smack. It's like, wake up, stop it. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop it. Because I really feel the person that came out of it, the person on the other side, is the person that I really want to be. The person before that is, I'm glad I got taken away from that, and I feel like that was my sliding door. That was my opportunity. Take it, don't take it. I could have laid there, felt sorry for myself, but I had friends and people around me that loved me, that cared enough to say, don't.
Yeah.
Get up, push.
No, that's really special, and I feel like the tough love people in your life is sometimes what motivates you. And it was going to be my next question, like, do you feel like that season that you went through, if it taught you and brought you on the path that you are now? Because oftentimes when we look back and we see the things we went through, back then you couldn't see any purpose to it, but then you see how it, like, took you on a path that you might never have gone on. Yeah,
that is a huge point. You mentioned that in life there's all these things that are going to happen. You're not a negative person. I've seen you for such a long time, and you're not a negative person. You take some of the negativity and you make it funny, which is how to get the positive out of it. Yeah. I see every single situation that I'm in. It may not be nice. Yeah. It may not be cool. I'll be very sore or heartbroken or gutted about it. But there isn't something in that. There is something in that situation, every single situation, that I find my joy in.
Yeah.
I didn't get that role, and I sit back and I go, okay, I'm upset about it. I'm going to accept that. I'm going to say I'm upset about it, but there's a reason.
Yeah.
And the reason is, like, something else was coming. Or the experience I had going through that rejection. And I find those positive moments. And that moment for me was a huge positive outcome to the rest of my life, where I am now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't go through that.
But don't you think it also gives you some clarity, like going through something that big? And now when you don't get a role, for example, you're like, this sucks. And you can feel it and you can say it, but you don't sit in it because you're like, oh, I beat cancer. This is not
Yeah.
on the same level.
It's 100%. And I've actually said that sometimes. It's like, you know what, that's not going to beat me. I beat cancer.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't pay rent. It needed to get out. This is the same thing. I beat cancer. This is nothing that I'm going through. It's not that heartbreaking. Like, that was life-breaking, and I beat that. So, yeah.
So it puts everything in perspective.
It does, and I'm so grateful for everything now.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for this conversation. I've been wanting this for a long time. I've manifested, people. I manifested. So I'm grateful for every single opportunity that I get. Someone asked me on set, I was just shooting something now the other day, and it was a low budget thing. And like I saw some of the crew, and the one came to me, it's like you've just been on like these things, and you're here, and you're smiling. I said, yeah. It's an opportunity. It's a day. I'm working. I'm getting to do what I do. Plus, you guys are so good at what you're doing. And I love that. I'm getting to see a lot of people in their joy, in their moment, in their power. And for me, that gives me like a really good, joyous moment. I know that I sound like I'm preaching right now, but it really does.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go, it's like, okay, yeah, we waited all day on set. Yes, we didn't do these shots. Yes, the whatever, the wardrobe didn't have this. But you know what? I'm here, I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
So I can choose to be grumpy about it, or I can just take in, like, I'm here, I'm getting to do this another day. That's more than a lot of people can say.
Yeah. And do you find that being on the smaller, lower budget sets, do you find that oftentimes it's people who are more passionate? Maybe not more passionate, but they haven't done it, like, they are still in that season where they are like trying to get there. So I feel like it would be a lot of passion.
You nailed it. That is such a brilliant way of saying it, because sometimes when you're just in a big production, some people just it's just a machine.
It becomes a routine.
It's just going. It's like we did this yesterday. We're doing this today. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm not saying that.
They are trained now.
But when you go onto a smaller set, smaller production, the people are they're here because they love what they do. They know they're not making many dollars, rands. They know that, but that doesn't matter. We're getting to do what we love, and that kind of passion goes huge on a small set. Not to say some of the big sets aren't like that.
Yeah.
But it is a good comparison.
I think, and it's not just that people maybe don't appreciate stuff, but I think if you've done something for long and you've been successful in it, I think a certain element you do get used to it a bit. Nothing is new and fresh.
Correct.
And it's like you still appreciate and enjoy what you do.
100%.
But then there's if it's your first ever set, that's gonna be special. Like you're gonna be like,
not taking in everything.
I want to do everything.
You're just a sponge.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how I approach every set. Is the one question I always get asked is, why are you always smiling all the time? Which is funny, because none of my characters smile, except for now, except for like this year. My characters never smile. They are like, I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to kill your family, and then I'm going for all of those that didn't die when I killed them the first time. That's my my attempt at Liam Neeson.
That's a movie that I watched, is Taken.
Taken, did you?
So I
1, 2, 3
actually
and
watched
all?
the movie. That's the first one. But I think, like, so people would ask, why are you always happy or whatever? But it's also the mindset shift of, every day's a gift. And it sounds preachy and cliche,
unless you've been
every day is a gift. If you have to stare in the face of your own mortality, if you go through that, I mean, you can't wake up and see the sun and be like, ugh.
It'll give you a shake.
Ugh. I can imagine.
It'll give you a shake, because being there, being in that moment where you don't know if the next day's coming. And you literally don't. That isn't being like over the top about it. You literally don't know. There were days where my friend was looking after me, and it's like, are you going to be okay? Like, don't go to sleep, rather. Because you got to wake up. So when you do get to that point where you wake up and you're breathing the next day, you're super grateful. Whether you're having a good time or a bad time, like, you're super grateful.
Like, Yeah.
because you're here for it, whatever you're going through.
And I feel like maybe you don't take everything so seriously.
Yeah.
Because some stuff, and I'm guilty of this, like sometimes I would drive to work and the person in front of me would drive very slowly and I'd be like, what the fuck? And then when I think about it, I'm like, really? Just let some things go.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lesson for everybody, especially nowadays. Like, I feel like people are looking for something to be upset about because it gives them purpose. It gives them something to be passionate about. So people are out there trying to call out everybody and you're doing this, you're doing that.
It's so silly.
Just let things go. And I'm going off track here now, but one of my favorite, I'm trying to think where I saw this. Okay, I'm going off track now a bit, but you know Alice Cooper?
Yes.
Him and his wife have been married forever. I love their story. I love Alice Cooper so much. Alice, if you're watching this, you're probably not, but I love you. Anyway, him and his wife, they've been married forever. She's a dancer. She's one of the dancers in his productions and stuff. So it's very odd, you know, obviously, rocker does this weird shit on stage. I hope I'm thinking of the right interview, but someone asked them about the secret of like their marriage, and it came down to just don't sweat the small stuff. Like sometimes you just need to accept stuff. Sometimes you're not gonna like everything that's happening. Sometimes you're not gonna agree with your closest friends and family. So what? And I'm trying to adopt that because everything I do online is very authentic to me. It's who I am, but it's just a part of my authentic self, because in reality I am very serious about a lot of things, and I get this like existential, I sit and I think about the state of the world and AI and everything's cock. And then I just have to be like, yes, I mean, just calm down. Like in 100 years, no one's going to remember that you maybe made your name hot on the internet. I have to keep reminding myself that it's not that deep. And this morning, I was so stressed out because there's so much I need to do, and it's been a crazy year, and I'm interviewing you with all your movies and Mr. Action Man, and I don't know what I'm doing. And then I thought, yeah, there is someone out there today who's a nurse or a doctor and their choices is life or death. I'm doing a podcast. Why am I stressing? It's not that deep. And I think your experiences, the heavy things you went through, I think that naturally brings a sense of, yeah, everything is not that serious. You can really...
Yeah, look, I have to remind myself a lot.
Yeah.
Look, you were stressing about this. I was stressing about this. I was nervous on the way here.
Why?
Because it's you. I've been a fan. You know, when I saw you coming out of, I think I saw you at an agency.
We've met before, but at Talent.
Yes, and you were coming out, you were speaking, and it was like, it's you. It's like I was like so, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Give me a script, someone. Then I'll know what to say. So I was.
Stop it! You're gonna give me grootkoop. I'm gonna sit
you are amazing at what you do, and I said that from the start. And everything I've seen, I'm just really upset I haven't seen one of your shows.
One of these days.
I'm gonna come.
One of these days.
100%.
I haven't booked one. I'm not really good at. My issue now is with the creative side. Is to keep everything organized, because I work alone. I have to do the admin, I have to send the invoices, I have to book and make. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I'm just winging it. Most of my career is just winging it.
Don't your assistants help? You got the blonde assistant.
Oh yeah, but she's useless.
And then you got the
Sarah, Patricia.
Patricia.
I've wanted
She's a hardcore.
Yeah, I wanted to fire her, but I'm a bit afraid of her.
I don't think you should.
No.
I feel for your life.
Do you have a vibe? Do you get
I have a vibe. I feel like if you do that, I feel like your immediate family and their families and friends are in danger.
In danger.
In danger.
Immediate
Yes.
danger.
Keep her, including anybody you've interviewed. So keep her.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be like, if something goes wrong in the future, I'll blame it on her. I'll keep her as a...
Because
As a full guy.
you don't think that anybody would approach her.
Yeah, no.
You see, that's
Yeah,
a
they're
good
not
move.
gonna
You see,
question.
clever.
Patricia won't get questioned. Tell me, when in your journey did you meet your wife? Was that when you were still doing the fitness?
Yeah. So, okay. So part of the story you probably do know, but it's my second wife.
Oh, I didn't know.
Okay, so
I didn't even know you were married until this morning
I
when
was married. I was married before, and then I got married to. I'm like probably one of the luckiest guys on the planet.
Oh,
Like literally because after being married the first time, never, ever. I was single for the longest time after I was like I didn't like women. I wasn't on the other side, but I just didn't like women.
you're like,
So if I went
fuck
somewhere, it's
the
like,
cock.
why don't we go for a cup of coffee? It's like, no, why don't you go and get your coffee? I'm gonna go home to my cats, and we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be good. Like that was me, and I was still in the fitness industry. Actually, I was very close after my first stint of leukemia. I was at the gym and I saw her, and I was so romantic about it. I was. This is people take notes. Take out your pen and paper right now. So I saw her. Yeah, this is because you got that whole thing. Why am I single? So I saw her on the rowing machine, and I went up, and I walked straight past her. I did. I walked exactly straight past her. So I was working at this gym. This is my gym because I worked there, and I went straight to the receptionist, and I wrote a note. And I told the receptionist, please, can you give the note? when she's
That's
coming out,
adorable.
I left out the notes. But
standing behind the door.
I was like, okay, so when she comes out, please give this to her. Which the receptionist did, and I was very grateful. But one of the things I'm really proud of is I didn't say, hey, call me. I didn't. I just said I would never forgive myself if I didn't tell you how beautiful you are. And that was the message. I didn't leave a number because you know what? I think that's kind of arrogant because like I just expect that you're going to call me. Like who am I? In the bigger scheme of things. So and then we got to talking, but yeah, I was completely romantic about it. I think, love notes are so not done anymore.
No, it's such a old-fashioned swoon-worthy.
Was it because I
man.
was too scared to go and say hello myself?
Yeah, well,
Because I would have messed that up. So yeah, that's how I
didn't
met.
have a script.
That's how I met. I mean, she was in the industry. I didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like in production, the other side of the camera. I didn't know. I found out when we started talking.
It's amazing how things work out the way it should. I don't think I'd ever meet someone in the gym because when I'm at the gym, it doesn't happen often, but when I am, I look like I just came out of the womb, wet. Babies.
Yes.
People are like, oh, they are ugly. I'm sorry.
I would have to agree with
I'm
except for
sorry.
my daughter, like.
They get cute at some point, but not when they are just birthed. They look like little aliens.
I have to agree.
And then you have to be like, oh, what a cute babe. They're ugly, all of them. And that's what I look like when I go through.
We don't need
the
to
gym.
near any parent at that phase. It's like it's so cute. If you say so.
Now, I have an honest dad. He was like, yeah, you're ugly. You are ugly, baby.
I want to meet your dad.
That's where I get my humor from.
He
for
sounds so
sure.
cool.
He's very funny. Okay, I quickly want to, because we are chatting so lucky that we're going to run out of time.
Okay.
And we're going to miss the part that I wanted to talk about for people out there who's looking to get into the entertainment
Okay.
industry. it is a difficult thing. I spoke to you this morning before we filmed, and I was like, at some point when you've gone for castings and you don't get anything, nothing comes in. I think a lot of people go through that. You always get to that point where you're like, maybe I'm not good at this. We had the discussion earlier, like if you're not brilliant if I'm not winning an Oscar in my first production, then maybe I suck. But if you go through a couple of castings, you don't get it. And you get to that point like, maybe I'm not good at this. Is that something you've ever gone through?
Yes. Yes. In all honesty, I've actually spoken to my agent. I've spoken to Janice a couple of times. I went in. I was like, should I just not do this anymore? Like, I'm going in and I feel like I'm really doing a good job, but no one wants to give me a shot. No one wants to give me a chance. Doesn't matter what I do. I just, I don't want to give up on anything, and it's not part of my nature, especially from where I've come. It's not how my dad brought me up. It's like you fall, you get up. But you just, you fall so many times, sometimes you just can't get up.
Yeah.
Like that saying, sometimes a beat dog gets beat so many times, it doesn't come home.
Yeah.
And I was at that place, and Jenna said, listen, just believe in the process. See, how many times have you heard that one? Yeah. Believe in the process. Trust the process.
So helpful.
The process of excuse me. Because the process is not helping you buy groceries or pay the rent.
Yeah.
But I didn't give up at that moment, and I wanted to. What had happened is I just landed one or two, but then it was always like missing out by one or making it to the end and just not finishing. And you get disheartened. Yeah. And I think if you're going to be in this industry, if you're going to choose this industry, you can't have that mindset. Yeah. You have to keep on pushing. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe and trust in the process. Shortly after that conversation, I did book something. I booked something really nice, and then I booked something else. Yeah. And then it started to become a habit. Yeah. Now when I book something, it's like, that doesn't sound right. What do you mean? And I phone up, it's like, listen, are you sure? like you know who I am. I'm like, no, I'm not like that. But I'm just like, I was speaking to my wife, it's like, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But, you can't get everything you want. Not in the time that you want it in.
And especially in South Africa, it's not as big of an industry. It's quite small. And you kind of have to find, your comfort zone needs to be rejection.
And unfortunately, you do have to just be able to sit with that.
That is going to be most of the time. And I think it is helpful coming from someone who has been in the industry and has been, I write down here, because I'm professional, Hunting Jessica Brock, Kings of Joburg, Sniper, The Watchmaker, Generations, Rhythm City. I can go on. You see.
Go on, yeah.
This is big productions. Like, Kings of Joburg is doing incredible at the moment. And it's going, well, Mr. Worldwide, as that bold guy would say. What's his name?
Pitbull. Mr. 319.
Mr. Worldwide is Joburg of the Kings. What can I say? I'm a researcher at heart. I'm not. But it is, I feel like it's good. There was such a long period of time where people didn't speak about the struggles and the obstacles. You would see these famous people and you'd see actors in movies and it would be like they were out of reach. You don't really get the journey. For me, it's much more enlightening and motivational when you speak to someone who's been in these productions and you're like, I went through a period of time where I was like, maybe this isn't for me. And it is helpful. I feel like we have an amazing agency.
We do.
I have the same agency.
I feel like my market share price has gone up because I'm at the same agency that you're at.
Oh, stop it.
No, I feel like, I'm at the place with a pros.
I was just going to say, I haven't been in any of these productions.
You don't have to. You've got your own brand.
It's fine. I'm not saying they have favorites.
If I cast, you would have been in there.
But it is helpful. Like, I prefer, if I ask one of the agents, listen, do you think I should maybe focus on something else? I prefer honesty.
Yeah.
And I mean, they wouldn't say, no, keep going, if they think you suck.
No, they wouldn't.
So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to learn how to speak English properly. And then I'm going to play a murderer one day.
I want to be in that, please.
I will cast you.
And I also don't
I'm going to be the director too. I just gave myself a promotion.
So you're a director?
I'm the director, I'm the producer. Which one gives the money? I'm not that one.
The one that gives the money is the executive producer.
I'm not the executive.
So we'll make that someone else's decision.
No, but is the executive producer not the vanity credit?
No, executive producer is the money. A producer is a vanity, well, sometimes a vanity credit, but the exec is the one that's put money to the show.
Either way, I'm not giving money. I don't have anything, but I'm the boss. People are going to watch this and like, I'm not casting this lady. I'm just kidding.
You have to stay in it.
Like the fact that this is something that I've wanted to do since I was grade 1, and I've never not wanted to do that. That doesn't happen often. I hobby jump. And like today, I'm reading. Tomorrow, I want to learn to play the piano. That is on today's agenda. So I hop from one thing to another because I'm interested in everything. But the acting thing I've wanted to do forever. So one of these days. Hou die TV maar dop, soos graad 1 Sammy gesê.
Can I give an interesting quick story on Kings of Joburg? So the very first season that I was only in for one episode. One scene, one episode. That's all. It was 6 episodes because they were starting up. They paid for their own production through the Fergusons. It was Connie and Shona's first production they've ever funded themselves. So I was only in for one. But I came there, I'm part of Ferguson's production.
Yeah,
I was so wide-eyed, and when I got an opportunity, like, I just went for it. Like, this is part of like a chance to be a part of something special. I came off because there weren't really many lines for me to say. Director said, okay, can you ad-lib here? You're coming out, this happened, just give us something into camera and then take off on the bike. And I did. And director then called me after the shot. He said, what are you doing for the rest of the season?
You're like, you tell me.
It's like, he said, are you available? I'm like, okay, who do I pay? Yes, I'm available. And from that moment on, I mean, I went from one scene, one episode, to the whole season, into more of the second season, into the third season. So yeah, that whole thing about taking every opportunity and taking every chance, you have to.
And I think it's important. I think your I don't want to say person, like the way you act, not act like in the movie, but the way you treat other people, I think is also a big thing. Because I have found with the influencer industry, it's very new, it's something that people aren't used to. It's a stupid word, but it's what it's called. But I hear more and more stories about influencers. They have a couple of followers, and now suddenly they're like...
I'm sorry, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate on this. I am not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm really...
But the thing is, it gives everybody a bad name.
It does, because
there's a lot of...
You don't have to be like that.
I prefer to say a content creator, but influencer is fine, because at the end of the day, everyone influences everyone. If you are someone, when your friends always comes to you and asks, what movie should I watch? Then you are influencing them. Oh. But at the end of the day, when you're a content creator or influencer, you are providing a service, and you need to take it seriously as your job. And I think in the acting industry, entertainment industry, if you walk onto a set thinking that you're the katse snorhare, as we shall say in Afrikaans.
Wat kat se snorhare?
Yeah, do you know that
The
saying?
cat's whiskers.
Yeah.
I love that saying. It sounds good in
Jy's 'n
Afrikaans.
kat se snorhare. Nee, jy is nie.
Kat se snorhare.
So I think that, like, not just the fact that obviously you performed well, you were good at what you did, but your whole personality when you got there, when you don't come in there thinking, I have made it, type of effect. I think that's also something that would get you more opportunities in the future.
But I think we come from an upbringing. I think hearing your stories and seeing how you are, we come from an upbringing. Our parents taught us, like, it costs nothing to be nice. Always be humble.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody push you over.
Oh, I'm never going to be te groot vir my skoene with my dad.
No matter what happens, nothing that I do makes me better than anybody else.
No.
We're just doing what we do.
We are lucky to be able to do what we do.
Exactly.
But the other day I was making a joke. Well, not the other day, a couple of years ago. I was making a video and I said, my dad asked for coffee. And I said, Dad, I'm an influencer now. You have to make me coffee. And he said, influencer's a gat.
That is a typical good answer.
Influence my beker vol koffie. So no, I shall never be grootkop with that.
I love your dad.
He's very funny. Anyway, we need to wrap it up. We're going to have another conversation.
We are going to have another
conversation. This was a lot of
conversation.
fun. Thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom. And you are motivational to a lot of people.
Okay. I'm not gonna say, well, you know, it's like, no, okay, if I am, it's my mistake.
No, but you are. But you really are. You give people hope, and it shows people that you can make it in an industry. You can make it through trials and tribulations, and everything's going to be just fine. Follow for more motivational content. Alright, follow, subscribe, comment down below, share this with your friends.
Is it down below now?
Down below.
Down below. Down below.
I love for your approval, like I've said before. Alright, thank you for coming.
Goodbye.
Trademarked. Bye bye.